Jeff Terrell, Program Director here at Fenton Fitness and Athletic Center, and today we're going to cover 5 things that would benefit you if you suffer from low back pain, sciatica, anything like that. These won't necessarily work for everybody, but the majority of people these will help with. So first thing is just going to be lifestyle modification or load management. So if you're currently under pain in your low back, you're in sciatica, things like that, oftentimes that could be exacerbated or made worse by things like sitting a lot, bending over, picking things up off the ground. So not that those activities are always bad or need to be avoided or you need to be afraid to do those things, but if you're currently having pain, you might want to try to reduce the amount of time that you're doing those types of activities and see if you notice an improvement. Aside from that, the first thing we're going to start with is either prone on elbows position breathing or press ups depending on your spinal mobility. So the most basic one is just going to be on your elbows, lie on your stomach, prop up, get nice and tall, and then you're just going to breathe in that position, 5 to 10 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Exhale. Try to make those breaths nice and deep. You should feel your abdomen expand into the floor. If you can do those pretty comfortably, then we can go to a press up, hands under the shoulders, press the chest up off the floor until the hips start to lift, and then you can stop that movement and back down. Usually we recommend doing 5 to 10 of those. So if you're doing the breaths, 5 to 10 breaths or 5 to 10 press ups, and do those 2 to 3 times a day. So you can do those all together, or you can space them throughout the day, first thing in the morning, at night before bed, and maybe in the middle of the day at some point. The next one we're going to do is going to be a push-up position plank. So push-up position plank, hands are going to be directly underneath our shoulders. We want to try to get our feet together, push our chest away from the floor, our shoulder blades are spread, our belly button sucked up towards our spine, and our glutes are engaged. And then we're just going to try to breathe in that position. Exhale up through the mouth. For a lot of people that might be too challenging. So all we're going to do then is we're simply going to elevate our hands onto a sturdy table or a chair, something that won't slide away so that you're at a more upright angle. And then you can even do them against the wall to start off with. And then you work your way down towards the floor as you feel able. We usually recommend 5 to 10 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, or if you're using a timer, 30 to 60 seconds on those. Next we'll go to a side plank or a side hip lift. So for most individuals, especially if you're 60 plus, deconditioned or new to fitness, you might want to start with just a hip lift. So we'll start with the most basic and then work our way up. So legs are bent, knees are stacked, elbows right underneath the shoulder. So we don't want out here, we don't want too close, so directly under the shoulder. From there we're simply going to lift our hip off the ground, hold it for a couple of seconds, and then drop back down, lift, hold for a couple of seconds. Work up to 10 reps. Once you can do 10 reps with good control, then we can probably just go to a side hover, side plank. Then we're just going to lift and we're going to hold the entire time using that same breathing pattern. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And we'll work towards 5 to 10 breaths or 30 to 60 seconds on those. And our progression from there is then just to simply straighten out the legs, stack them on top of each other. Same thing, 5 to 10 deep breaths into the nose, out through the mouth, or 30 to 60 seconds. Next, we've got our horse stance horizontal. We're on all fours. If you need something soft on your knees, you can put a blanket down or a very thin pillow to cushion the knees a little bit. We're going to take opposite hand, opposite leg, make a fist with the hand going forward. We're going to point that heel going back, raise our abdominals, hold that, take a deep breath into the nose, out through the mouth. Exhale. Bring it back down, other side, fist, point the heel, inhale, exhale. And we work up to about 5 reps on each side. There's some progressions you can do to make those harder, but for general back health, core stability, 5 good breaths with a deep breath on each one should be plenty. And then the last thing, I won't demo it, but we're just walking. So ideally we'd like to work up to walking for a minimum of 15 minutes a day, up to, more is typically better if you can tolerate it. But when you're walking, if walking is difficult for you, start with 5 minutes, start with 10 minutes, whatever you can do. And make sure you're deliberate with your walking. So try to be aggressive with your walking, long strides, use your arms, pump your legs, all right? Try to push the ground away from behind you as you're walking. So those are our main things. So just to rehash, we've got our on our stomach breathing or press ups. We've got our side plank or hip lifts. We've got our push-up plank. We've got our horse stance horizontal. walking up to 20 plus minutes per day, and then avoiding any activities you notice bothering you, such as sitting a lot or bending over and picking up objects. Give those a try, let us know what you think.